So do you remember getting here?
The helicopter.
So you got to come here on the helicopter?
Mm-hmm.
Your seizures got pretty bad. It got pretty scary for a while, didn't it?
I think so.
Well, it got scary for the rest of us that could see it. You didn't know what was happening. So you got to come down here in a helicopter. We're at a bigger hospital where there's a intensive care unit. So when we got to the bigger hospital, they've run a bunch of tests. They're trying to figure out if Cheyenne has an infection or what's going on that's causing all of these seizures. So they've run a COVID test, they've run a sepsis test, they've run some other tests. They're just trying to see if they're missing something, if there's an infection or something that could be triggering these seizures. But right now, all of those tests have come back negative and they don't know what's causing the seizure. So they're going to be sending Cheyenne to have an MRI and to see if there's a tumor or something that's growing in her brain that might be causing it. And she's had one EEG, and because she's been on so much medication, they weren't able to get a lot of information from that EEG. So they're going to wait until she's come off some of the medication. Hopefully she doesn't have as much Ativan in her system if we can get the seizures slowed down. And then in a couple days they're going to do another EEG just to see if they can figure out what's going on. So you're going to get an MRI today? Do you know what an MRI is? They're going to take a picture of your brain to see if they can see what's happening in there. How are you feeling today?
My eyes aren't focused and I've been on the shaky side.
But you're getting better?
I think so. I don't know.
So the last seizure was around 10 p.m. last night and it's 8 o'clock this morning. So we've had a good spell of no seizures. Give you a little bit of time to get some strength, eh? So how come they haven't been feeding you?
I just want to make sure that I don't vomit.
Because you've been having so many seizures, your airways have been at risk. So is breakfast good? They're trying to get everything figured out. But they're thinking this might be your new normal for seizures.
Normal?
So what kind of seizures did you used to have?
Absent.
Yeah, but they think that it might have changed now to what you've been doing lately. So what are the doctors doing for you right now?
I'm not sure.
So the doctors are trying out a new medication, so Cheyenne's starting her third anti-seizure medication. So hopefully that can get them under control and then we can head home. Here we go again. The nurse just came and knocked on the door, said that Cheyenne's requesting me that she's seizing again. It's 5:49 a.m. and we are on day 6. I hope this ends really soon. It's really hard on Cheyenne. So today, the Ativan wasn't stopping the seizure, so they decided to give Cheyenne an IV of Dilantin. She had this at the smaller hospital, and when it goes in through the IV, it just burns, and she's just screaming in pain. They're able to slow down the medication so that it doesn't go in so fast, and that does help with the pain. But some of the times they're in a hurry to get it in because they just need the seizure to stop, and they just push it in as fast as they can, and she's just screaming in pain and agony. It's so hard to watch, but we also don't have a choice because we need the seizure to stop, and they're just not stopping. I'm really hoping that they can figure out something that's causing the seizures, or what they can do to get better control of them so that Cheyenne doesn't have to go through this anymore. It's been really hard watching Cheyenne go through all this. There's nothing that you can do. You're just trapped watching her suffer, and it is so hard. All I can do is comfort her, and it's sad because I'm watching her and she's losing her abilities, things that she could do before. Right now, she's not able to walk. She isn't able to sit up. She can't even get up to use the toilet. Her speech is very labored. Sometimes she can't speak at all. And we've had to write out a list of words so that she could point to them. She's been trying to sign, but she really struggles because her abilities have changed so much that she's struggling to spell the words when she's trying to sign them. And then when she goes to talk, sometimes she can't even get words out of her mouth, or other times it's very labored and they're very broken syllables. I'm really hoping that all of these losses in her abilities are regained as she has some time without seizures, but right now it's really scary because I'm sitting here watching my daughter slip away. So I just met with the doctors. I really like the fact that they include the parents in the morning rounds when they're discussing your child. So they've decided that they're going to stop with the Ativan when Cheyenne has a seizure. She had so much Ativan yesterday and the seizures weren't stopping, and then they had to give her Dilantin. They're going to try the midazolam because it doesn't last as long in your system, and they're wondering if some of Cheyenne's seizures are being covered up by the fact that she has so much Ativan in her system that we might not be seeing if the medication that they are trying to get her started on to control the seizures is working or not, because she just has so much Ativan in her system. So hopefully today will go a lot better and we will see how it works and if she has any seizures. So we just got excellent news. This young lady is doing so much better. She hasn't had a seizure in about 24 hours, and they are going to move her to a regular ward off of ICU. So things are starting to look up. Cheyenne's starting to feel better, and they've moved her out of ICU into the regular ward. It sounds like she'll be here for at least 5 or 6 days. Had her up doing a little bit of exercise, and now it's nap time. Also got this nice little sitting area, and this chair will make into a bed at nighttime for us. Nice little courtyard out here for people to go out and sit. Hopefully Cheyenne will be better soon enough that she can go out there and enjoy it for a little bit.